Hey you folks, Quillian here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as Communist Yugoslavia. There's a part of me that wonders, you know, if the AI is just generally being so miserable, like the Soviet Union not ever doing anything at all for the cause on our side, and just standing a lot of units over here in the mountains for some reason. Like, I don't know. I guess I could turn on Allied fronts to try to figure out what exactly the Soviet Union is thinking, but I'm worried that would just terrify me. Anyway, I'm wondering if I could just YOLO land air people into the UK at this point. We do have, like, depending on, you know, the time and different things like this, we do actually have a chance of having air superiority over southern England, so we could presumably land some paratroopers. I mean, that's always been the plan, certainly, is to do paratroop drops on top of southern England. But I'm wondering if we could just go now. Part of me is still thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll wait until we've got a British Malaya over here all in the bag, because it'll simplify the fighting system. It'll also give us access to a ridiculous amount of rubber and just alleviate that sort of production line problem somewhere along there. You're attacking me and we're actually losing that one, but that might not be the case once we unpause. There's a lot of troops in there. Holy cow. If we can get these locked out and bopped, that would be quite nice. So, I mean, I think this plan still has to be finished here. Probably at some point I could just stop derping around Africa. Since it doesn't matter at all. It's not particularly important. But, yeah. So, those guys are broken and running. I'm going to take one of these tanks and actually encourage it to go this way and do another cutoff then. That's going to be fine. This is one of our light tank divisions. We still have light tanks in the bank. I mean, well, no, we don't, actually. I was going to say they're quite outdated anyway. Modern tanks, we have a slight shortage. Okay, I'm not going to replace that guy anyway. He's actually got a high amount of strength as is, which is kind of surprising. So you must have a fair amount of equipment. Yeah, you are missing some light tanks, but you've got some other things going on. That light tank division is actually not even all that light tanky, if I recall correctly. A fair amount. I wonder, we could just trim back on how many tanks are there and actually just make it mostly a mechanized infantry division. We're not going to worry about it for now. That's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and unpause, and of course the game will start lagging like crazy for some reason. I suspect it's related to all the communist troops down there, but I actually don't know. The fact that it's not laggy at all when the game is paused, and only laggy when the game is running, tells you it's not a visual thing, it's not anything, it's, you know, game logic ticking away. Maybe there's too many simultaneous battles. I don't know. Anyway, you're going to move in there, which is going to be great, so we'll get a little bit of a surround going on the city. You're going to hold there, which is lovely. We're going to have to go and bop that guy in a second, but we don't really have a rush to do that, so that's going to be fine. So yes, taking this a little bit is our priority, is our overall goal. Once that's done, what we'll probably do is pull a crap ton of these guys out of here. In fact, I'm tempted to start pulling them out now because they are being attritioned like crazy. Like, maybe just leave the tanks and start forming up our paratrooper division. Might not be the worst plan in the universe. I'm going to take half of you guys and just go bop that guy. Yeah, it's going to be really easy. Just finish him off, simplify these fronts, help us move some more goods through here. Thank you. Were we not pushing into here? I guess not. The tanks decided that cutting off troops is lame. Although, I mean, we can still just push them all into one area and it's going to be alright. We're getting a warning about a dangerous naval invasion, which may or may not be true. Well, there's actually an invasion being attempted here. I'm going to do the thing where I right-click here. Most likely we'll be able to defend, but we'll see how it goes. What I was wondering is, should I change my occupation setup for, say, Germany? We've got Germany mostly pinned in. There's still some presence in Berlin, and then it could start splashing out of there, so maybe not. But I was wondering, like, about that, because we might be able to, we'd get a little bit more stuff out of these places if we were a little bit stronger occupation. Also, are all these, yeah, they're all firing away. I'm pretty sure they're all... Nope, they were not. Toggle, 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 naval strike. Okay, you can't do any of those. Normal operations. And, yeah, honestly, we have enough vision. Do we just go at night? Keep going just at night for now, because we actually, if I recall correctly, we have superior detection. 45... Oh, no. They do now. Never mind. So we definitely lose at night. We could just tell our planes to stop for now. Build up a number and save it for the push. That actually might not be the worst idea. Unassigned. See? Oh, they're dead. That's okay. You're a dead guy who's still assigned. That's funny. I think the air ace mechanic still leaves a little bit to be desired. You know what? Just keep keep going as you're doing. We're gonna keep going and pelting these guys with rockets and hopefully hurting the British war efforts. Oh my God, the lag. Let me check on Africa here to see if we can get these surrounds and the cutoffs. There'll be some value to continuing to go here. You guys, for example, oh, this is gonna start an attack right away? Yeah, maybe not. As I say, if we can go and catch that port, there's some value to that. There's the impassable terrain. Like, I'm actually wondering... Oh, another invasion over there. I mean, it looks fine, but I'm going to go ahead and send a backup unit for some extra organization and hit point over there. I'm just wondering if what we do is we get garrison-type units to just hold this border with a really thin line more than anything else. I don't know. Push up to the desert. Get some cutoffs. See what you can. Japan, we still have these people sitting over here. We did change you all to proper divisions. And actually, you made some nice progress there. Go ahead and... get that going. Yeah, that's going to go swell. Retake these islands. Although I say that, there's still this little bit over here where we had some bizarre issues with things. I'm going to just cancel that. Just give you a front line that way. Just so that you have a more sensible automated behavior after that. But yeah, the big one is the attack down here. Are we progressing in the way that I want to progress? It looks like the answer is mostly no. First of all, I'm going to get rid of that because that's quite confusing because it's not actually happening. We're still winning in a few places. That got bopped. People are reshuffling over. I suspect all we need are tank divisions over here. Actually, I thought we had more tank divisions, but apparently not. I still think that we don't need quite this many troops, because we are just mostly going to have supply problems. The problem is the AI sends a bunch of troops down here to, quote-unquote, help, and then, as a result, they just eat a bunch of supply without actually helping in the fight. So I'm just wondering about pulling out some of the infantry here at this point, with the idea that we will... I just got bopped, so you can keep pushing. With the idea that we'll just thin out the supply and probably we'll be able to push just as effectively whether or not we have the extra divisions here or not. And then we can get them to move to Europe and prepare to make a change over to our paratrooper divisions. Because, yeah, at this point I'm just wondering if we can just drop a bunch of paratroopers successfully. I mean, we might lose some along the way, but there might be a bunch of points and ports and things like that that aren't being defended by the AI. So we might actually be able to just, like, get some huge victories that way. Right, exclamation marks. Fortified, division still preparing, division's not... Well, I mean, that's the automatic thing, but we're pushing. I mean, it's eating some of our manpower. Although, mostly our manpower is going up here, because I think we're stomping out some rebellion here and there. So, that's nice. Alright, India! Oh, right, India's the other big one. These guys have not capitulated yet. I was just getting people into position, right? You know, you're mostly there. Go. Attack Calcutta. Calcutta's basically empty. Attack, win... Hopefully that capitulates India, because that will simplify these lines a little bit. There'll still be some troops. Actually, it's mostly actual Indian troops over here, which is interesting. I like how the Soviets are standing here. They could have been closing in from the other side the entire time. Just, like, do something. God. Just would be so nice. Okay. Euro response squad is just still chilling. No real invasions have actually happened. I don't think. We've mostly defended that. That's great. Africa. Hey, we did get a little pocket over there. That's nice. So we'll be able to bop all these guys. Here, you help out with the bop. And you're bopping there, and you're bopping there. I think these guys are all retreating. He's retreating here, he's retreating here, so they're both about to get overrun. India's finally capitulated. Well, thank goodness, giving us basically no equipment, which is too bad. But Sinkiang has got all of it. Good, all the units went away. That is wonderful. And so one of the big things I'm hoping for is that the Soviets, like, get their head out of their ass and do something reasonable with their units. Although, at this point, I think it's too late for the Soviets to really do anything, because what are they going to do? Help in the paratrooper invasion of frickin' words. England? No, I don't think so. You guys bop that. So these guys here, I'm going to rename this front. This is, in fact, going to be our paratroopers. Is going to be this idea. So all y'all, halt, and I'm just going to tell you to, you know what, where's, Berlin was still having some unrest, right? You guys are going to just come over here and chill in this general area. So if you do this, they will strategically redeploy over here. I don't have to babysit them along the way. They'll eventually get there. While they're standing around, they're going to potentially do some suppression, but it's going to take them ages to get over there, and that's okay. I think the garrison trick as opposed to like a right click or anything like that, because it means they will keep moving there on their own, like AI logic, for good or bad. And they are moving strategically, which is great. And then you can spread them around more easily, because we don't necessarily want everyone to stand in one province. So by doing this, it will encourage them to all enter different provinces. So likewise, I'm going to take you guys and encourage you to rejoin that group. But yeah, finish this movement, which is what you're going to do. I'm going to tell you actually to halt, because then you'll start your strategic redeploy over to the garrison zone. Exactly. You'll finish that, then you'll strategically redeploy to the garrison zone. We'll probably be doing the same thing with some of the African groups over here. This is where all our tanks are. Tanks and some infantry. Having some supply problems, which is to be expected. Having FPS problems, which is disappointing, but is the way that it is. Looks like the push here went okay. We really, I mean, I guess that's fine, because we can get good presence around Libertyville, but taking this would be particularly valuable because it is a port. Cut off some more supplies. Not really going to help our supplies come in, but now naval-wise, we've now started to pile up a fair amount of destroyers. What I would very much like to do, and while there's a very good chance that this is going to fail and a shit ton of stuff is going to sink, I'd love to get these guys over here in the English Channel. Ready to potentially provide some cover in the English Channel for our convoy ships. Obviously, Great Britain's going to have substantially more naval presence over here, but maybe with a combination of planes and different things like that, we can get something done. I don't really expect it. It's got to happen at some point. The problem is we can't build ships over here, which is really frustrating. Not until the war ends, because I would love to deploy the ships up here. Although, yeah, hold on. Maybe I can't overseas, but can I do it over here? Can I deploy you to... I can. Oh, well, shit, that changes a lot. Well, you're glowing. I don't know. Is it left click? It's so random what's left click and what's right click. Normandy. Ah, it does work. Okay, well, then that does change things. We definitely want to build things here, and I should have been doing that from the start. But let's hope. So I'm going to control right click here to set this as their new home. And then I'm just going to right click to tell them to move over here. They'll probably get sunk along the way. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it's going to be. Let's go ahead and give you a commander anyway, just in case it helps out a little bit. You are almost certainly going to need a maxed out naval base, which is this one over here. And we're going to control click to put it at the top of the queue. Naval bases build extraordinarily quickly. We need a high level one so that we can get goods across here for reinforcements. We might want like to double up on that just in case. That's only a level 1. Calais is probably a better base, isn't it? Oh no, they don't even have one. Dunkirk! Level 6. You know what? Dunkirk. Let's get both of these just for a certain amount of redundancy. It actually is not going to make any difference whatsoever. And so I'm just wasting my time and effort by doing this. And yet I will feel better. It makes no sense. Makes no sense, but I'll feel better about it. Alright, Siam. How's the progress? It is happening. Oh, that's actually quite nice to get this cut off. Because I think the troops retreating from here might get overrun over there. It depends. Our movement rate's not going to be fantastic here. Because, you know, moving into enemy territory and with the jungle or forest or whatever the terrain type is, it's going to be a little bit rough, but it's going to be something. So, naval invasion's all over. We got naval battles happening at the same time. Probably all our ships getting sunk. Also, I don't know if this has already happened, but you guys should really be encouraged to repair priority high. Good. And actually... like, don't even, just run. Run your ass off. If you can. Most likely they're all going to die. I didn't realize, because I think at some point I tried building ships in Japan, when Japan was actually held by me as opposed to the Soviets, and I couldn't. But I think it's because it was an island, and maybe because this is contiguous I can build it here. What's with all these, Oh, those are all the fortifications, of course. There's no border here anymore, so I'm like, what the hell are all these things? Dun 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 dun, laggy, laggy, laggy. How's Africa coming? Can we take Libreville? You're still actually moving after that fight. It's amazing to me. I mean, part of it is because the game's moving so goddamn slowly. So slowly. Done reboots. I've played with the settings. I can't seem to change it, which is unfortunate, right? You're still being encouraged to push, 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 and chop, 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 which is okay. And you guys are moving in there to finish that, which is great. I'm going to be able to do another big right-click somewhere. That's going to be one there. Excellent. I mean, we don't need to do this, and probably I'm just, like, wasting manpower. Well, there's no probably. That's what's happening. I'm wondering over here if the right solution might be to just pull out more of the infantry here, too, and put them into the paratrooper group. I think that might be the case, actually. Let's grab a little bit, because the tanks are good at pushing. We don't have to defend against counterattacks, so yeah, let's go ahead and just do that. I'm going to tell you guys to halt, so you'll instantly recalculate your movement and get the hell out of here. Free up a little bit more supplies so our tanks can punch harder. East Africa invasion. That actually might be a thing somewhere that is happening, but it looks like... Oh, that's my ships. That's an interesting path for these guys. How come they wouldn't go out through the Mediterranean? Because we don't control this? So you got to go all the way around. Honestly, that's probably safer. Going through the Suez is probably safer. Oh, we have an actual invasion here. Although, defending in Athens is probably going to be easier because of the terrain. I mean, it's naval invasions. It's only one division. We've got a terrain advantage. I think it's going to be okay. Siam. Oh, you've totally taken out everything there. Lovely. So, let me go and actually do the thing where I take a bunch of these infantry divisions out, because it's getting thinner and not very helpful. You guys are going to join the paratrooper crew. Again, I'm going to hit H to halt your movement so that you instantly recalculate what the hell you're doing with your life. And you're going to go over there. And you should go by land, because you can go by land. We're going to put a front line over there. It's funny how it draws that, but that's okay. I'm going to give you guys a chance to get there and get a little bit of planning before I hit play. It's a shame you don't have more tanks, because again, you are pushing. Although this terrain is not especially tank friendly. Honestly, the same thing's going on in Africa over here. This is not the greatest terrain for tanks, but I mean, tanks are still good at attacking, so it's going to be all right. I don't suppose you guys can go and, you know what, just go ahead and finish that move and then do that. I should probably focus. There's 2 naval bases here. If you can take those, that would actually be a lot better. I'm going to get you to do this. And, that's not going to actually be a cutoff. So, you know what? Keep going north. Cut this guy off. Not that it matters too much. Okay. And we're hoping, we're having to cross our fingers that these are not real naval invasions that keep alerting me, because I can't keep checking obsessively to find out which one is an actual real invasion and which one is just a joke, because there's no way to tell. Even the deadly ones, the dangerous ones, half the time don't actually happen, and the other half the time aren't even relevant when they do happen. The Euro Response Squad, some of these guys are going to be part of the paratrooper invasion. Maybe. I don't know. If we can support... The big question is, if we secure a port, do we actually start sending people across the channel? Or are they all just going to die? Kind of hard to tell. Why do we have vision here? No, really, why do we have vision on Ireland? Do they have, like, lower decryption? It might be a decryption tech thing. That's probably what it is. UK has, like, a big bonus to the decryption thing, because the whole, you know, Alan Turing, Enigma machine, yada, yada, yada. Are you actually having supply problems over here? You're not training or anything. Why are you getting attritioned? Well, you're not anymore. Oh, no, the other guy is. You. Well, 1% attrition. I mean, it's raining, and there's probably people blowing shit up over there. I guess that might be all there is to it. Huh. It looks like I can probably encourage you to move down to here right away. And in fact, all the way down to here. With gusto. And we might be able to do a cutoff across here, and then just focus on taking Singapore, and then come back up and top and take Kuala Lumpur? I think so. Can't see the name, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So, any naval invasions, or any of them real invasions? There's an attack over here. And it's not the end of the world if they land, because then we just throw our Euro response team at them and kill them. Oh, yes, you are in fact going to be overrun there. Here, you, tank, attack here. Partially just to tie that guy up. And you're attacking there as well. There you go. I don't think he's going to get overrun. I think he's just going to be forced to run backwards. Could I maybe encourage you to run that way? Likewise. Thank you. That's going to be held. I mean, I'm not too worried about anyone actually getting bopped along the edge there, but it could happen. These guys have been nicely pinned in. Excellent. I'm going to get you to halt that attack. And then the question is, do I want to redirect my tanks to go and just bop all this stuff? I think the answer is yes. Trash all your orders. Go there. Except some of you, like over here. Oops. Not you. You guys are going to just try to hold this front line. Maybe even get a little bit of a planning, but you're not going to go yet. You're going to work on pushing your way up to something like this river over here. Okay. So, I mean, they're still part of the gold army, but I've split up the fronts, or I thought I did. No. I drew it, but didn't actually assign them to it. So, you guys are going to get assigned to that. So, it should say 6 divisions and 12 divisions. Perfect. And they're not being told to go, which is okay. So, everyone should be in position at this point. No, some people are still moving in and defending. And there's still some planned prep going on. It looks like you can take that. And it looks, honestly, like we can take this as well. And I'm also willing to bet right over here we can probably do this. Pretty easily, yeah. Planning bonus be damned. I mean, we might, you know, again, we're probably throwing away some precious human lives for nothing, but we'll see. So what are the Soviets doing? They're moving a lot. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, there's some territory over here for them to grab. I guess that's a thing. Have our supplies gone crazy, go nuts anytime yet? No. That's too bad. And yeah, again, I could change my trade laws to keep more of this stuff in my country, but I'm only trading to my allies anyway, and I'm getting civilian factories out of it, so it's fine. I mean, I suppose neutrals, I might also be trading to neutrals, but probably it's just allies. Probably it's the Soviets that are like, hey, rubber sounds like a pretty good idea. At some point, we'll recall all of our planes from everywhere, too. Oh, speaking of planes, I think I've got some in Siam. Did we capture an airfield down here that's closer? Looks like, yes, we did. Lovely. And we're not going to have the air superiority bonus, but we will have support. Or rather, we won't be giving my enemies the air superiority penalty. But we're going to get the bonus. We're going to try this. No. Okay, that's fine. Halt. Halt. Oh, unpause. Halt. There it is. That's fine. Let's actually do this. Everyone halt so that you can reorganize yourselves on the proper front line over here. And I'll tell you to go soon. Africa, you're probably just chilling here, still trying to get in general position. That's okay. There's no more India group. The paratrooper group is moving up. I realize this is a general, not a field commander. They don't even need someone assigned to them right now. I should probably just de-allocate you, but that's all right. How'd my Navy do? Are they all dead? Oh my god, they all made it. That's insane. I'm very surprised. We're going to group you all into one thing. You can go back to your fire at will. I mean, you don't have a mission right now, so that's okay. But you're chilling here. We have no planes in northern France. We do have plenty of anti-aircraft guns. We have 100% efficiency, 60% detection. Because I'm just worried that these guys will start getting bombed by enemy planes. But most likely they're having to worry about defending their own territory and just having presence there. I mean, I realize bombers and fighters are different, but you're not going to send unescorted bombers over my territory? Well, you might. It's not the sort of thing I would do, so. You guys are still very slowly moving over here. Again, that's totally understandable. I don't think we're going to need a lot to punch in over here, because they're probably not having the greatest supply either, despite the fact that they do have the ports. Advanced landing crafts, which we may or may not put to use. So I think all of our ship tech that we care about right now is done. Infantry, that's all good, because we may or may not do naval landings, we'll see. The radio is good for the reinforcements ticks, and the logistics can be handy in some territory, but I don't think we're really adding that in. You're all good and done. Artillery, advanced artillery is done, we're still building that. Land doctrines, we were all complete there, which is great. Naval done. Are we going for more naval doctrines? We're not building submarines. We are using battleships, although that's not super battleships. I don't know if that still applies. Airplanes. We got those bombers. It's too early to start on the new jet stuff. I don't know if we can build naval bombers in time to be relevant. We might want to build some, but... Oh, I don't have all the plane stuff. You know what? Let's just get started on these doctrines. I think there is one more relevant bonus down that tree. I should probably make sure, actually. Because that's naval mission. Strategic bombing we're doing. Interception detection is also handy. Because we don't need anything in this tree anymore. We're still working on those nukes. And in industry, likewise. We don't need more synthetic oil at this point. Did we ever finish those 2 synthetic oil factories? Or 4, I think I built 4. Yeah, they're done. Which is giving us a little bit more as well. But we have secured some rubber. Siam, how you guys feeling? Alright, it's time to go. Charge, murder, death, kill. Very good. Starting there is fine. We'll get them all here, surround them, and they probably won't be able to escape. And then we'll move you down to Singapore to finish off things over there. We should get a capitulation message at some point from British Malaya. Not going to make much of a difference. Oh, you are starting the attack on the city. Oh, we got some overruns out of it. How sweet is that? Very is the answer. Very sweet. How's Japan? I forgot about you. If we can chase you all the way here, do you have a front? I don't know if you can put a front there. Anyway, I'm just going to right-click you to over here. There's going to be a lot of, like, big straight crossings, but these guys are retreating with no organization. So I'm willing to bet we can get over there and stop that. And then maybe we'll send you back down here to deal with whatever garbage is happening there, which hasn't moved in ages. But finish you off. Africa, any chance that you guys have gotten in position yet? No, it's just taking way too long to move over here. It has no infrastructure and the worst type of terrain. Oh, you have no organization. Just halt. Never mind. Halt, halt, halt. Thank you. Can you do this? Apparently we're not being opposed here. Okay. Marines level 2. And yeah, we'll get Marines level 3 just in case we start doing naval invasions. I mean, at some point we got to take on, like, freaking North America. Oh! You actually landed here! You're a response squad! Well, we don't need literally everyone. That's okay. Draw a front line there. I'm going to draw an offensive line here. I'm actually going to tell you to execute it right away, and then I'm going to tell everyone to strategically redeploy to here. Because then you'll probably finish a non-strategic movement to here, getting some of your organization back at that time. I'm actually surprised they took Athens. See, these are what I need the actual alerts for, but that's okay. We got plenty of time to respond. They're going to have a hard time reinforcing. I can't believe these ships made it here in one piece. I guess what I can do, actually, is I should change the ship deployment. Where is that? Not here. Here. And instead, you're going to be deploying directly to the fleet. So that way, I don't have to worry about adding you manually. So we're still building Destroyer 4s, which is great. We're still working on the Super Heavy Battleship. 8 days will be finished the level 2 Super Heavy Battleship tech. Then it's going to take like 3 years to build one, but, you know, it's still fine. Siam, how you doing, bud? Yeah, nice. No capitulation. I'm shocked. Shocked and dismayed. I'm going to do that, and I'll tell you guys to go right away. So I don't have to worry about you. I mean, you're not going to go arrive with no organization because it's not a strategic redeployment. You may not have all the prep, but I have confidence that you can punch the shit out of that guy and just win. Japan, yeah, it's going to be a very slow move up here with all the straight crossings, but it seems to be that we're still going through, which is lovely. Oh my god. It takes so long. And going to speed 5, like, makes no difference because we're CPU bound more than anything like that. The game's not, like, waiting. Oh, it's so chunky. Look at this. Well, I guess we're going to put a cut in here. We've gone about half an hour. I mean, we're making some progress over here, which is good. And we are starting to get some troops, like, considered for the paratrooper drops. So what we're going to do with these guys is I'll probably convert them all to paratrooper divisions. And then, yeah, we're just going to, like, YOLO. I don't know. Oh, my God. Okay, let's pause for a second here so we can actually pan around. I'm actually thinking what we may do is land, like, here or something like that. As opposed to landing directly on a port that might be defended. Because from here, we can make a move towards Dover, we can make a move towards London, we can make a move towards Portsmouth, depending on how many people may or hopefully are not defending these locations. Even there's the dock over here across from London, like we could skip through there. If we go here, we could put half the people down here, then attack from 2 prongs to Dover, hopefully before we run out of supply. That sort of thing. We'll see. I don't think that's that's not a naval base. That's just a factory where you can build ships. But the game moves so slowly because of the speed. But it is moving. Thanks for watching. See you next time.